What's up, guys? It's your boy Vic back with another video, and today we're going to talk about this thing called the soulmate myth. And so, guys, what this pretty much is, let me put this on. It's cold in here. I'm going to put my fucking hood on. The soulmate myth. I'm a big believer that this is a myth, that there's somebody out there, there's only one person out there for you, and that's the only person for you. I do not believe that. And what you'll find is a lot of people will believe that there's one person out there for them, and it's just not true. If you look at people who get married and then get divorced, you should see those people before they get married. Oh, this is my soulmate. I know he's the one. Da 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 la la la. And they get married and they go 6 years, and then 3 years in they hate each other. And oh my gosh, I married the wrong fucking person. And you see this time and time again that people believe that there's somebody out there that's just for them. And let me tell you, bro, there's plenty of people for you. There's plenty of people that you find attractive. There's plenty of girls out there that have the same or similar personality that matches you. And so when you understand that, it gives you that abundance mentality. There's not just one person out there for you. Now, I do believe ultimately human beings belong with one another, or like there's one person and then there's another person. I believe that's the most optimal relationship, where you and another woman are in a relationship together, right? I think that is optimal, but who knows? This is just my own personal antidote. But I just don't feel like there's like this one person out there for you, or there's only one person out there for you, right? I think you choose the person that best fits you and you try to make it work for as long as you can. And that's my belief on this whole thing. I think you'd be very detrimental if you believe that there's only one person for you. Because, you know, if you think about like a girl or a woman who stays with a man because she believes that man is a soulmate, but that man is beating the shit out of her, right? Like, and she keeps coming back because that's her soulmate. Or the guy who keeps getting disrespected in his relationship, his girl's cheating on him with other men and doing this and doing that, and he stays because he believes that's his soulmate. I'm like, I think it'd be very detrimental. Very detrimental. And so that's why I'm big on like not falling for that kind of bullshit. Like, I'm big on just like understanding that, like, okay, well, she's cool, I like her, and her personality fits my personality, and I'm gonna see if we can make this work. You know what I mean? And if it works, great. If it doesn't, hey, there's more fish out there in the sea. People get married, remarried all the time, right? I mean, hopefully when I get married, I want to do it one time. I don't want to get married like 3 or 4 times. I just feel like, what's the point of that, right? Like, you just made vows to God. If you believe in God, you made vows to God, and now you're saying this to death do us part, and you ain't died, but y'all not together. That just makes no sense to me. Like, when I hear a chick say, oh, I'm ride or die, I'm like, well, if you were really ride or die, you should be dead right now. Because you supposed to be ride or die for the last nigga you was with. So you're not really ride or die, bitch. You just ride when I feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, they used to really stick it out with each other. Nowadays, I don't believe there's such thing as a ride or die. I feel like, hey, if it's convenient for you, she'll be there. But yeah, man, I want to just talk about the soulmate myth, man. It's just not true. And I think we get that from Disney Channel. I think we get it from Disney World. I think we get that princess and the prince, and they find each other, and they're forever in love after that. And it's not true. It's just not true like that. Like, we get the fairy tale ending, but not the actual fairy tale, the whole thing. Like, we don't see 50 years down the line where the prince and the princess end up. Like, how was their life after 6 years? You know what I mean? Like, does the princess still think he's the prince? You know what I mean? Like, it's this fairy tale that we got from Disney Channel. They sold us these movies that tell us that we're gonna be, once we find the one, we're happily ever after. And there's a lot more that goes into that. And that's why it's key, man. Like, I think in a man's development in life, you have to understand that and this is just my perspective on things, that you have to understand that there's women that fit you best. You have to understand that there's no such thing as one person. I think that can be very detrimental to your growth as a man. And that, you know, you have to understand that the Disney Channel lied to you, right? This is not that. It's all a Disney fairy tale, right? Because you thought she was the one, but she's getting rammed in by Jamal, right? And she's the one, but you stick with her because she's the one. Or you getting your ass whooped if you're a female and you watching this, and you getting your ass whooped. You thought he was the one. I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's not a funny matter, like getting your ass whooped in a relationship, but I'm trying to make a point here. It's like, it's detrimental to think that that person is the only one you could ever have. Very detrimental. And so you just got to look at life and look at where you're at and make sure those beliefs are checked, right? I mean, if you want to believe that, that's true. I mean, you can believe whatever you want, right? Maybe that's conducive to your relationship. Maybe you believing that the one you're with is what's keeping you together, believing that she's the only one for you. Maybe that's, you know, I believe there could be a use case for that belief if you want to believe that. If she's the one for me. If she's treating you good and doing what you ask, and you doing what she's asked, and y'all treating each other, and y'all got a great relationship, maybe there is such thing as the one. But, and that's in your case, right? Because that's beneficial. That belief is beneficial for you in your relationship. So maybe you do need to believe that there's the one. But I don't necessarily believe that. And because it's not true. I mean, I factually, it's just not true. I believe that everyone can find someone else on this planet that fits them better. It's just a matter of proximity and looking, right? And becoming the best person you can be so you can attract a lot of mates, right? So if you want a certain type of girl, well, you got to figure out what that certain type of girl wants, and you become that, and then boom, now you got her and she got you, and y'all both happy ever after. I do believe you can have a peaceful, calm relationship, you know, but I think, you know, betting yourself as a man gives you that opportunity to choose from a wider range of women, right? And part of me is an advocate for waiting a little bit longer to become the man that you want to become, and then finding the woman you want, because of things like, you know, the midlife crisis and things of that sort. But that's more off topic. The general basis of today, what I want to talk about, is the soulmate myth. Is this myth of there's only one person out there for you. There's multiple people out there for you, and you just have to find the one that's good for you. And hopefully, you know, this page can help guide you a little bit, and hopefully you find that in your life, because love is the most important thing. I truly believe love is the most important thing in life at the end of the day. Finding love, finding a person that's for you, with you, and wants you is the most important thing that we all can find. I remember when I was in love. I'm not in love right now because I don't have a girlfriend right now. But when I was in love, it was the most beautiful thing. I felt great all the time. You know, for the most part. And then I had to break up with her because she was disrespectful. But it felt great. And I think love is definitely something we should all be aiming for in our lives. Right? Because I don't care how much money you have. I don't care anything about status. I mean, money is great. Status is great. But like having someone to come home to that you love, that loves you back, and y'all have a peaceful relationship is probably the most priceless thing you could have in life. I truly believe that. Because I make decent money now. You know, and me making decent money is great, but having a partner that supports you, that loves you no matter what, or loves you and supports you in what you do is priceless, bro. Priceless. And I'm realizing that as I get older. So get your shit together, do what you need to do, become a better man, but ultimately love is ultimately the best thing you can have in your life. Create your family, get you a wife, go have some kids, fulfill that part of yourself, because everything else doesn't really matter, I believe. All right, guys, peace.